Welcome back to The Reset. I'm Anthony Bailey.
Welcome back to The Reset. I'm Rici Bell.
We are having an incredible time here.
So good.
Round two. We had such an amazing interview last week.
Yeah.
We wanted to keep that conversation going.
Yes, because we have more questions, y'all. We have more questions for the one, the only, Chris Haynes.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Thank you for bringing me back for a second week, man.
Yeah, man.
Sorry I'm wearing the same clothes.
Yeah, hey, you know what? It's all part two for us in here. We're just rolling right along. And our viewers know that when we get somebody that's captivating, that really engages with us, that conversation flows.
It flows very naturally.
And we like to continue the conversation. So that's what we're doing today. Okay. We wrapped up with you right in the middle of kind of talking about some of those
different relationships. Yeah.
Let's continue with that.
Yeah.
A couple of names sparked out. Rici, you had one that caught your attention as well as some others.
Comically. I mean, those of you who can see the screen, you look at Chris Haynes. Doesn't he kind of sort of look like Draymond Green? I mean, come on. Right? Come on.
Chris, was your game like Draymond's? Because you played ball for a little while too as well.
I played ball. I played for the Pacific University.
Who's your game like?
It's not Draymond, I'll tell you that. Okay. My game is like, God, I'm old school. I would say, look, I'm going to say LeBron, but look, I'm talking about, I play in the Filipino league. So I'm LeBron out there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
I play in the Filipino league. So I get the bully guys and, set plays. Yeah, set plays up. But, but no, I say LeBron. Obviously, I'm nowhere near LeBron, but I say LeBron just like I'm always been a good playmaker, get guys involved, and I necessarily won't, I can take the last shot, but a lot of times I look to get the open guy. Okay. And so that's, and I've been around LeBron a lot, so I've seen a lot. So one thing about what I learned with me, I'm 44 now. Athletically, I'm not where I used to be. I can still dunk now. Don't get that twisted. I can still dunk.
But you just learned. You barely learned how to dunk.
No, I didn't. I barely learned how to dunk as a 43-year-old.
Okay, so but who taught you? Because I saw that video.
I was dunking since I was 14, 15. So Anthony Hamilton, who is he's a famous dunker. He's based in L.A. Okay. And so he wanted to bring me out to L.A. We shot there. You can find it on my Instagram. But at that time, I think I was 42 at that time. And I haven't dunked in like 10 years to that point. And so I was but I got in shape to where I was in good shape, but I just didn't, trying to dunk, that takes a lot. You could be in shape, but you're using bones.
I was about to say, man,
I wouldn't know. I was a cheerleader. I was a cheerleader.
Yeah. I still, come on, that's an athlete right there. Yeah, you're using bones and ligaments that you ain't used in a while. And so, I've been, so I could still dunk, not high as I used to, obviously, but that's all part of growing. But when I was saying, watching LeBron and watching some of these guys all the time, you take bits and pieces, and I'm a better overall player than I was.
Soaking it in.
Now than I was then. I was just more athletic and more quicker then. If that makes sense.
When do you get to play again? Because I know there's
tonight. I have a game tonight. Back in Sacramento.
Okay. Yes. But on a national scale, you play in the NBA All-Star.
No, I played. So a couple weeks ago, I played in the Big Three celebrity game. Okay. And so I was a sideline reporter for Ice Cube's league. People don't know about. Please check that out. He does it every summer.
All the games, real traction. Yeah. Big Three is like kind of blowing up, new expansion in new cities or whatnot.
This was the biggest year they've had to date. They had Dwight Howard join, they had Lance Stevenson join, Montrezl Harrell. So it's really, and I think might have DeMarcus Cousins for people who in the Sacramento area that want to see him. Think he might have him next season.
Sounds like some pending breaking news.
Yeah, it's
we got it here first.
There's a lot brewing over there. So I was a sideline reporter for them this past season, and then they asked me to play in the Big Three game.
Okay, did you hurt yourself or were you?
No, I was good. I was good. I wore my do-rag. They called me do-rag Haynes.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I wore my do-rag during the game. Yeah. So I still play.
I love it. What else is in store for you? What can we look forward to? You talked last week about getting into some documentaries and things like that. That alone is like pressing the reset button. That alone is shooting your shot in another arena. That alone is taking risks. So what can we expect from you next?
So let's talk about this. So when you think of, this is one of my projects I want to get off the ground. When you think of the first successful black sitcom TV show, what do you think that is? Like, if you give me your top three.
The Cosby Show?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
Cosby's
people will say Jefferson's, okay.
I would say A Different World, but I think there were probably some things before that. Amos and Andy.
Oh. Stop it. Stop it.
I don't know.
I think I told you. She cheated. She cheated.
Looking at my notes. I'm kidding.
She cheated.
I'm like, how did she come up with that one? That was not on my radar there. Wow.
She cheated.
I don't know. Tell us.
Tell us. All right. Well, most people will say, they'll probably say the Cosby, the Jeffersons, Sanford and Son.
Oh, yes, I didn't
Good times.
That was on for a while.
But the first black TV show was Amos and Andy. Good job, Rici. Good job.
2 points.
Yeah. It lasted from 51 to 53. It was on CBS at the time.
Okay.
And it was a movie, a TV show, and that was filled with negative black stereotypes, right? So at that time, the NAACP boycotted it and urged black people to boycott watching this show. Okay. And it was funny as hell. Like, it was a funny show.
Yeah.
Before that, a little background on Amos and Andy. Amos and Andy's show started as a radio show in the late 1920s. Oh, wow. And from the late 1920s to the 1950s, it was a radio show, but it was the characters were white people playing black characters.
Yep.
And so as a TV show, they started off with black characters. Anyways, the show was funny. It rated well. It was a success, but it was a lot of controversy surrounding the topic. Because, so as you think, if you're a black person during that time, you're looking like, man, listen, this is the only black show on national TV, and this is how they're portraying us.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But for the characters, you have to understand, like, there's nobody giving black people their first roles as a Cosby, like a Cosby role. You're not doing. So there was like people who had to pave the way in order for there to be a Good Times, for there to be a Sanford Son, Jeffersons, the Cosbys, Different World, Martin, it goes on and on. Yeah. And so there was a lot that went on during that time. It was only a 2-year run. And it got pulled because of the
controversy
around it. Then some of the characters who played Amos and Andy and Kingfish and all these characters, they felt betrayed by the black community because they didn't. They felt like listen, we're trying to show people that a all black cast belongs, can rate, can be successful, and then you turning your back on us, and so
because you don't like the content of
exactly. There was no Tyler Perry back then. No. You weren't able to produce your own shows to make it on to national because back then it was only 3 TV networks. CBS,
NBC, and
ABC. So Oh yeah. So that's what I want to do a documentary on Amos and Andy. People don't know what without Amos and Andy, Fred Sanford, Red Fox. Red Fox. A lot of his interviews, he references Amos and Andy. He references watching them, as a younger comedian and honing his skills based off of some of their content. So, I just want to. I like unearthing some of these gems that a lot of people don't know about. Again, I'm passionate with
I think that's great.
the African American
history.
For sure.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's interesting.
I love that.
So I'm wondering what sort of risks will be involved for you as you're making that change. I mean, obviously you'll still keep doing NBA things, but what will it take for that documentary to come to fruition?
Well, the risk is putting my money into it, and the other risk is stepping out of my comfort zone. Which is, well, listen, I wouldn't say it's a comfort for me because that's a passion project for me. So that's in my comfort zone, but publicly I'm stepping out of my comfort zone because social media, like Twitter, like I use my different social media platforms for different things. Like so on Twitter, I'm known to be breaking news. Like they want me to break news, and my followers, I got 700,000 followers on Twitter.
Yeah, just drop that real quick.
No, I'm just saying. No, I just You said name drop, you know, so I'm following drop.
I have 0 because I'm not on.
I'm following drop. But a lot of them have me on instant notifications.
Okay.
So when I break something, they get it instantly.
Immediately. Yes. Got it.
And I've noticed a few years ago when I tweet something that's not basketball related, I get the hate tweets. I get the hate. I didn't sign up for this.
Okay.
I don't have your instant notification for this.
Okay.
And so, not that I'm trying to live my life or conduct my social media based on how they want me to.
Yeah, but still.
I do understand the audience that I have there.
Yes.
And on Instagram, I use that to I may showcase I'm in town.
Right. It's more
behind the
well-rounded.
scenes. I'm behind the scenes. Look at me behind the scenes in the locker room. Look at me, but whatever. You know, people like that. And so I use it differently, different.
Gotta know your platform.
Yeah, for sure.
And what needs to be posted where. I think that's going to be fascinating that you're doing something with Amos and Andy and their story. Too, I'm a history buff, and it's just something fascinating about watching our journeys and how they're so intertwined with each other and whatnot.
No,
so
it is.
Definitely looking forward to that. So that is a big risk.
It
obviously
is.
there's between the political and the commentary and the whole shut up and dribble thing. It's like, no, athletes have personalities. Athletes have opinions.
Absolutely.
Sports journalists have opinions. Sports journalists have separate lives off the court as well.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be interesting to watch how that materializes.
I will say this. It's, obviously, our climate in society changes, seems like every other year. What you can say 5 years ago, you can't say now.
Right.
Yeah.
What I will say, there was an assassination on someone who sparked a lot of outrage and point blank did not deserve to be assassinated like that. That's all I want to say in regard to that. That is wrong.
And how do you balance all that? How do you balance, because you're not necessarily in the world of news,
Right.
but then again, you
But
are.
you're a very public figure.
I live in it. I live in it. I live in it.
How do you balance all that?
Well, news affects. We're humans. We're not.
Right.
We don't live in a sports box and remain there. There are decisions that are made at the state capitol that affects me. There are decisions that are made in D.C. that affects me, and so I'm always aware of what's going on.
Right.
And being that you have kids, I want to know, okay, how this is going to affect them.
Yes.
I'm aware of what social commentary is circulating on social media, and so I don't necessarily comment on things like I don't. And I'm gonna tell you,
we don't necessarily want you to comment on everything.
No, I'm not. No, that's what I'm about to say. And this is what I'm about to say. Some people need to learn how to shut up.
Right.
There are people losing their jobs.
Right.
Just to have a take.
Yeah.
And it's not an original take. It's not a unique take. To jump on. Like for an example, this happened in the Bay Area. A sports writer in the Bay. About 2 years ago, he said something on a pod, and I can't remember what he said, but he said something on a podcast that just got everybody enraged. And I don't remember the topic, but he said something on the pod. Anyways, on Twitter, he was just getting killed. People circulated the video, the clip of him saying this, and it was just thousands of people just comment negatives, going at him, right? And I was looking at it, and I observed. I've always been that way as a kid. I always observed. And so we're 5 days in, and I'm still seeing new people coming in, killing them, saying the same thing. And I'm thinking, okay, when is enough enough?
Right.
Like, so you being the millionth, 151st person to say the same thing, what is that going to do?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, sometimes shutting up
is better for you.
It's better for you.
Right.
Everybody doesn't have to have a take.
No.
Right.
And I learned, I've always been like that before the social media era. Like, I'd rather look and observe.
Right, but that's the difference to me. Now you get into my world a little bit. That's the difference to me between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is knowing what to do, but wisdom is knowing when to do that. And we don't have to see, we don't have to say everything that we see.
Yeah.
That's where discernment kicks in. And sometimes we are exposed to things just to kind of tuck it and leave it alone. And then we're exposed to things where we do need to speak out on it.
Yeah.
But you're right. Sometimes being quiet is best. Knowledge, That's great. Wisdom. Okay.
Yeah,
that's real talk.
Yeah.
Let's keep it in that same vein where we got you on here because of knowledge versus wisdom, and it kind of blends in taking a risk there just a little bit too. These players that you're around in the locker room.
Oh my goodness.
You're exposed to quite a bit of information and
yes.
backstories. And as Rici's talking about the knowledge versus wisdom, what was that journey like for you? Because that's like risk-taking and discernment all mixed into one.
Right, and confidentiality.
How did you figure out like what you were going to spill, what you weren't going to spill? Like where was that line at for you?
So I would tell you, as you've seen, I call Chris Paul, who will be a Hall of Fame basketball player, one of the greatest point guards to ever do it. That's my guy. Can
we pause for a minute and just say right in the middle of our podcast break, he just reached out on the speed dial and FaceTimed him up, and he answered and he spoke to him.
Yeah. Shout out Chris Paul.
Not like send him to the voicemail.
Right.
Let me ask you what's going on.
That's my guy. But I did that because we were talking about relationships there, and I wanted y'all to hear from an athlete's perspective.
Right.
And he told you like it was hard to trust me. And remember, and guys, like, it's easier. Damian Lillard, I covered him his rookie year, which was my second year. So we kind of grew in the industry together. Chris Paul is already a star. And me and him got solid 2020 pandemic year.
Wow.
And he's already, at that point, 15 years into the league. Wow. And when you're a veteran already, that clued in, oftentimes they don't let other people in. They already got the people that they trust. They already got their circle.
No new friend. Hashtag no new friends.
Yeah, they don't do. Yeah, that's how it happens.
No new friends.
And so for me and him, we had I'll let him share it one day, but we had a little stumble talk, and we've been tight. That is my guy. And I wanted you guys to hear from him.
That was good because it came across. He was very forgiving.
Oh yeah.
Like, hey, you messed up. You stepped in something.
Right.
Yeah.
But we got past.
But we're good. Yeah. But and every relationship, I think, if it is authentic, every relationship will go through those ebbs and flows.
I'm gonna say it.
Right.
I'm gonna reveal it. Yeah. I'm gonna reveal it. I'm gonna reveal it. So what happened was,
Chris, is this okay? Is this okay, Chris?
Hey,
Paul?
it's going. Yeah.
Okay,
we going. We doing it. So. He used to be the president of the Players Union.
Okay.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so this is 2020 during the pandemic year. They're trying to figure out
what the heck is going on.
What's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it was a stoppage in play.
Yeah.
Right.
And so the Players Union had to negotiate with the NBA commissioner and the owners about, okay, what is this return to play going to look like? So bubble,
right.
all that. Exactly. You there. Yeah. You're on point, Reese.
Right.
So during that time, the Players Union, they were having meetings. And I found a way to like finagle and
wiggle your way.
These Zoom meetings, I found out a way. Right.
Can you say manipulation?
Yeah, seriously.
Manipulation.
Hey, that's one good thing
like
to happen.
Unknown cell phone on here, and that is not who you think it is.
Username 02255.
So that's exactly what CP said. That's exactly what Chris Paul said. So anyway, I ended up writing a report based off of the information from that.
Oh no.
So Chris didn't like what I had wrote. And so we had never talked before. So like later that day, I get a call from a number I didn't recognize. I picked it up, and so it's him. And so he going at me. And I'm holding my ground. I'm like, hold on, CP, hold on, man. I respect you, but hold on, man. I got a job to do, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was trying to get like, okay, who told you this? He was like, okay, all right. He said, I only could think of a few people. And he said, I know you tight with Dame. That tripped me out. I'm like, what? Because I never talked.
Yes,
I never talked to Chris.
More about you than you.
Yeah. And then another thing, this is the kicker. He was like, yeah, I also know that your cousin is married to Giannis. Mariah Riddlesberger. That's my, those are my people. That's my cousin.
Shout out to the Riddlesbergers. Pat was my freshman basketball coach.
Yeah. Who was that?
Pat.
He was my coach at Edison. Yeah. He was a football coach?
He was basketball.
Basketball at Hoover.
I was a three-sport guy at Hoover.
So he was he came from Hoover to Edison.
Yes.
Got you. Okay.
Got you. Long time ago. Shout out.
Got you.
Way in the 90s.
Yeah. Don't say that long.
In the 1900s. My shit was like to say.
In the 1900s.
Like, yeah, Dad, we know you were back there in the 1900s. I'm like,
yeah.
Thanks.
Man.
That's what I needed to hear today. So.
Yeah.
So CP, he's trying to okay, where did you get this information from?
Okay. How did you get this information? How did you get on? Yeah, so he's like, I'm just tripped out, like he knows this stuff. Yeah. And so from that point on, like I'm not telling him how I got on. I'm not telling him whatever. So that point on, like you said, he didn't trust me.
Right.
And so, long story short, during the bubble, that's when we got back together. You know, me and him had a dinner, we had a conversation, met, and we were chopping up. We found out we both very similar. We both grew up in the Apostolic Church. We both grew up as playing drums in church. I was a drummer for my church.
Yep,
it's a commonality.
And we was just, it just took off from there. So 2020 pandemic, me and CP been tight like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
goes back to what you were saying about the power of relationships. Relationships matter, and it, like he said on FaceTime. I don't know. We got to figure out a way to
we're
show
gonna
that.
End it in. Yeah, we'll have you airdrop it to us.
But he was saying, you know, how like it takes a while to build a relationship, and once it's solid, all it takes is one incident, one thing to just it crumbles.
So to answer your question, how do I establish a relationship? So it was very hard, because at that time I'm 27, and I'm very much, probably the average age as most NBA players at that time. And so when I go in, remember I was telling you, man, they would tell me everything. Yeah. Everything. Yeah. Right?
Because it's just natural conversation.
Yeah, it's natural conversation.
And you're friends at this
I'm
point.
in Portland. Like, there's no other brothers in the Portland market in the media.
Right.
And so they like, oh, that's my dog right there. Yeah. And so they're telling me a lot, right? Yeah. But then it was hurting me because what they were telling me, the news would end up breaking from somewhere else. And I'm like, damn, I had that. Yeah. But out of relationship and respect and trust, I'm trying to uphold that. So my first year, I struggled with that. So the second year going into the beat, I had to tell them, I said, guys, listen, y'all know I got love for y'all.
Right.
But I got a job to do. I got a job. I said, so listen, I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive with news, but just know, like, some of the stuff I'm going to need to go with and help me out a little bit more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Break it first.
Yeah, because it's one thing if there's news, like we know there's news, like, that's never going to get out.
Right.
I can hold that. Yeah. But if it's news that has a good chance of getting out, let me go.
Let me break it first.
Let me go. Let me cook. Let me work. Let me work. And so that was, I had to establish, and they respected that. They respected that. And it's still, again, I can have these conversations where they know that I'm rock solid. I'm not going to betray their trust.
And that's big. That's so good.
There's some real gems out here today. We have covered quite a bit.
It is.
And we definitely appreciate.
Final question. No, just final question.
We done already? This part 2 is almost over?
I know. So last week we talked about taking risks. This week we talked about, shooting your shot, taking risks. What is one final piece of advice that you would give those who are listening, those who are watching, just in terms of the amount of faith it takes, the amount of trust in yourself that it takes, whatever else it takes to take that risk and see the return on your investment in yourself? Tell us about that.
I will say this. Whatever you decide to do, I gave myself a 2-year window when I moved to Portland.
Okay, so timeline.
I gave myself a 2-year window. I said, okay, I'm going to try to see if I can make it in this industry. And if not, I'll be back in Fresno. And I'll keep trying to chase that PE job. Okay. And so I think whatever timeline you give yourself, you got to really go at it, man. Okay. It gets fatigue, and I'm pretty sure you guys know this as well from the experience of when you having, the youngsters contact you, want to know, how did you get to where you at? How can I do, whatever. And you'll tell them. And I can tell somebody all day what I think they should do or whatever. Most don't do it. Most aren't committed. Okay. I was committed. Like, I was like, I'm going all in. Right. Yeah. So don't cheat yourself. So if this is something you want to pursue, don't cheat yourself. Go all in. And if you have a partner, it's very crucial that
they are supportive.
They are supportive of that. Right. And they have to be in on this journey with you.
That's right.
If they're not, it's going to be tough for you, brother or sister. It's going to be tough. So I had a partner that was just willing enough to give me the 2-year window. And same with Cleveland. When I went to Cleveland, I wanted to become a national reporter. But I knew covering LeBron for a few years, I knew that would elevate me to national status. Sure. And again, it was a 2-year window. because I didn't want to live, and she didn't want to live in Cleveland for 2 years.
Yeah.
And
snow's no joke out
Oh my! Hold on. Let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. I know we're getting off.
Yeah.
Cleveland. I get to Cleveland for the first month. I'm Cali. That's all I know.
California.
So I was used to accustomed, to rolling in buckets. That's how we roll. That's how I came up, rolling in buckets. And when your car needed radiator fluid, we didn't know nothing about radiator fluid. Radiator fluid to me was water.
Right.
So we pull up to the house, put the hose in, and go. So I've done that my whole life up until this point. So I'm in Cleveland, right? So I go to Cleveland, and I leave for the Cavs were playing in Brazil. They're playing in Miami Heat, Brazil. So I go on a week trip to Brazil, and I just got to Cleveland for a month. So I parked the car at the airport.
Oh gosh.
While I was gone, it was like this big snow blizzard in Cleveland.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So I get back after a week, try to start my car won't start. Like, what's wrong with my car? It's like, wouldn't start. So I get it towed. I'm pissed. Get it towed. Take it to the shop. And the mechanic's like, bro, I've never seen this before. What you talking about? Seen what, man? Fix my car. He's like, I don't know how to fix your car. He said your engine is frozen. I'm like, what you mean it's frozen? He said, bro, you got water. All in your engine, and it froze it, and it contracted and blew up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And he was like, bro, you supposed to put antifreeze in it. I'm like, hold on. I said, so antifreeze on freeze? He said, that's why it's called antifreeze. I said, bro, I'm from Cali, bro. My bad. We use water. We use water. My bad. We don't have these problems, man.
So that's one example when the risk didn't pay off.
Well, you have to take some bumps. It's learning experience with the risk.
California guys in the Midwest is a different ballgame.
Man, I had no clue. But yeah, 2 years in Cleveland, then I got to national, and we were able to move back to the Bay.
So he said, don't cheat yourself.
Yeah.
You can't cheat yourself.
Cheat yourself. And if you are in a relationship, make sure your partner is supportive of you, not in competition with you, not jealous, not any of those things. But don't cheat yourself, and make sure your partner is cool with it.
I love that. I love that. That's some great advice.
Thank you, Chris Haynes.
We appreciate
Rici
you coming
Bell.
to hang out with us. This was awesome.
My guy, Ant.
Yeah.
Man. Hey, what was your sister's name?
Sabrina.
Sabrina.
I think she was just a year behind.
Yeah.
Shout out Sabrina. Hey, girl.
Yeah.
So I said, what's up? Yeah.
Good times out here in Fresno. This has been a great.
Thank you so much for
great
joining
2
us,
episodes.
Chris.
We loved having you on with us. So much to cover. Obviously, as you get back into town, we will have to find some time to connect with you again.
Reconnect.
As you're swinging through. And good luck this season.
Yeah.
Good luck this season.
That's it.
He dropped some gems.
He did. We need T-shirts.
Yeah.
Don't cheat yourself.
Yeah, that's real talk. That is really, really good.
Some T-shirts.
And then how about the risk that he took?
Yeah.
To be able to go to Portland.
Yep.
That stuck with me today. And then also talking to your spouse.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
for those of you who have one.
Yeah, those of you that have more significant others, whatever you call it.
Your support system.
Yeah,
I call it, on Therapy
supportive.
Thursday, I call it your wellness community.
Yeah, there you go.
So yes, my wellness community.
For that. All right. With that, we're going to have to toss it out, of course. But we're not going to leave before asking the question that we love to ask you so often.
At the end of the day,
are you okay?